what you're looking at right now is a dental filling happening. And you might think with yourself, but how did this person let it get this bad? The thing is, your teeth usually don't hurt you till it's very, very late. Our teeth have layers before we get to the nerve of the tooth. And the nerve is in the center. It's where you would have sensation and pain and stuff. By the time the bacteria reaches that area, if you have been to the dentist, the poor dentists have told you many, many of times that you need to fill this tooth because it's getting late and you haven't done it, or you haven't been to any dentist, or somebody has missed something. Now, this big gigantic cavity, it wasn't like this from the beginning. It was a small cavity at the beginning. If somebody saw it, they could have mentioned it to the patient. But remember that we have 3 layers of the tooth. We have enamel, then we have dentine, and then we have a pulp chamber. Pulp chamber is basically like a room where your nerves and blood vessels live in there. And they're keeping the tooth alive, and they're sending nutrient to the tooth, and they're sending signals of pain or whatever, heat, for example, back to the brain. When you have a cavity there and it hurts you, it's usually way too late. Usually it doesn't hurt you at the beginning when it's very small. Now, if you have sensitivity to sweets, for example, that's a good sign that there is a cavity and you still have time. Get it fixed, right? Now, this cavity, the dentist is drilling out the big chunks. And from the outside, it looked much smaller. But when we got deeper and deeper, it became bigger and bigger, to a point that the dentist is excavating and removing soft tooth structure. The soft tooth structure is really cheesy, and it's just, I know that it doesn't look great in this video, but it's quite satisfying to drill out and clean and reach sound tooth structure. Now, most likely in these kind of situations, you won't reach sound tooth structure until you reach the nerve. And once you reach the nerve, you have to start doing a root canal treatment, or you have to pull out the tooth. You will have no other option because the tooth is already in pain. The inflammation and the bacteria and the infection is already inside the canals of the tooth and inside the pulp chamber, involving the nerve. The nerve is inflamed, so it's sending a lot of pain signals to the brain. And at this stage, there is no simple filling we can do to save you from this, is we have to drill out all the bad stuff, all the germs, all the tooth structure that has been damaged and dissolved and demineralized by bacteria. How does that happen? The bacteria will eat whatever you eat and enjoy it. As a byproduct, they will create acid. So basically, the bacteria, when they go to the bathroom, they will create acid. The acid will dissolve your tooth structure, make it mushy and soft, like you see what is right here. After a while, these bacteria will invite other bacteria. They colonize, they become bigger, they make a party, and each bacteria, as a byproduct, will create more and more acid. All these acids will dissolve the hard tooth structure and reach the pulp chamber and the nerve cavity and start even dissolving that. So that's what you have to keep in mind, that if you have a cavity and you say, you know what, it doesn't hurt me, I'm going to fix it in 6 months' time. In 6 months' time, you might need a root canal treatment. Now, what is a root canal treatment? It's a treatment where we clean out the nerve, the blood vessels, and basically whatever's inside the pulp chamber and the canals of the tooth. Usually each root of the tooth has 1, maybe 2 canals, and each molar, so the back teeth, can have 2 to 3 roots, sometimes even more. Now, we clean out all of these contents, right? So all of the blood vessels, all of the nerves, we flush out the debris with the bright inside, and we put in a cream that contains antibiotic. That will dissolve and clean everything and basically kill any bacteria that's inside those canals. And later on, we will clean it again, we will fill the canals, and then we hope for the best, because this treatment still has quite a good chance of failure. That's why what you want to do in the beginning is to make sure that you don't get here. But if you do need a root canal treatment, that is the only way that we can keep that tooth there for you for longer. Basically, I always say a root canal treatment is killing the tooth, keeping the corpse for you so it's functional. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.